This pretty good coverage is brought to you by Power Grip, the official retail partner of the European Pro Tour.
Hello and welcome back to coverage of the European Pro Tour. We are here at the 2023 Belgian Open, bringing you round 3 frontline MPO lead card coverage. This is brought to you by MDG Media. In just 18 short holes, we will crown another European Pro Tour champion. I'm Connor Wood, and with me, Andrew Gunn.
Great to be here as always. We have Teemu Talikainen on the top, 1011 rated from Helsinki, Finland. Hitting the fairway and draining the putts, getting the job done.
Some huge stats there for him. Joining the lead card, Otto Mäkinen, your leader after round 1. He is still here on the lead card round 3. He will be having a good shot to bring this one down.
100% from 100% from C1S. 1,000 rated.
He'll take 1,000.
For sure. Rasmus Saukkoriipi, another young Finn from Raisio, Finland. That's close to Turku. He's 1,009 rated. 89% fairway hits. Pretty solid.
And rounding out this lead card, Ville Ahokas from Turku, Finland, currently 1,004 rated. He was in hot contention last year for the first place position, ended up taking second, has a skill set to have a strong finish here in round 3.
That's right. There you see our top 10 lead card. And the chase card's not too far behind either. Christian Qualks is actually tied with Ville. And some other Finns and Estonians making out the top 10 there mostly.
And we'll get started here on hole 1. Par 3, 74 meters. This short island hole is downhill the whole way and really likely to test your nerves for the first throw of your tournament. You want to hit the island. It's only slightly bigger than C1. Try to make your putt. If you do not make it, you contend with the drop zone from about 13 to 14 meters.
Teemu's going forehand with the distortion. Overstable approach disc from Prodigy. Not a perfect line and lets it drift right to the basket.
This hole can be an early separator, especially with this 2-stroke swing. Very much a 2 or a 4 hole. Teemu, our leader, gives no space there.
Otto's spike hyzer is just a little bit too far right and never makes contact with the island, going with that tilt.
I think a friendly hole for the tilt here. Just straight up and down, unfortunately a bit long. You see Rasmus here shaping the forehand hyzer.
Smooth in that one right there. Nice work. Safe on the island. Another forehand from Ville. Might be the best of them all. Bullseye.
Great touch there. As 3 of our 4 members here make the island, we will have just Otto with the drop zone to contend with. This is quite a long putt from C2 with OB directly behind. Difficult to give it a confident bid, as Otto just a bit low. Rasmus with the shades on now, he means business. So he makes a nice birdie putt to get his round started.
Might have to shade his eyes from that t-shirt from Otto. Flamin' hot Cheetos scald your eyes out.
Flamin' Hotto.
There we go. I like it. He's able to make good for the bogey after failing to connect from the drop zone. Teemu makes quick work of that one.
And Ville, closest of the bunch, with a tap-in. Great way to get your round started. 3 birdies, 1 bogey.
Nice little starting hole. We got Tournament Central there. You can just sit and watch people ace run that all day. Good vibes.
And in great contrast here, hole 2. you go from a short, touchy downhill placement shot to a big drive. You throw over this initial tree line gap into an open fairway with OB on the right and the left just beyond those trees. You want to try and hit this long green, 131 meter par 3. This requires distance and accuracy.
Yeah, long straight one with a little bit low ceiling off the tee. Averages 3.07 here on round 3. That makes it the 7th most difficult.
I think most would consider this a bonus birdie. Teemu with a very safe drive, maybe a touch low, didn't turn it all the way over, but he will be very close for a short pitch up.
Yeah, 18% of the field getting that birdie today. Just 2% Parc though.
Rasmus is bombing the forehand, but fades very quickly towards OB, looks to have come down soon enough, just beyond those trees, is out of bounds. And the fairway does shape nicely for the forehand, but difficult to find all the distance there for most.
Yeah, Rasmus has a world-class forehand. Another one of those super talented Finnish teenagers, really up and coming. Someone to keep an eye on. He's got a serious cannon for an arm with that side arm, and he can really carve some unconventional lines.
Great shot by Otto there, actually connecting with the ground inside the bullseye. It looks like skipped just a bit long, but fantastic control of the turn and fade.
Yeah, hopefully.
Teemu looking to give it a bid. That was a little bit right side, but he's up there.
Ville's really good at these long distance kind of spin jumpers, but that one's just a little bit soft.
This must be Rasmus from the rough. Gives it a run.
Yeah,
about 5 or 6 left.
It was safe over there. There is some OB line, but he didn't cross it. Luckily, it was pretty close.
Just beyond where his lie was is the basket of hole 4, so he must have been very close to it.
Yep. Nice comebackers there.
As we have some short putts to clean up now. Great birdie from Otto. Ville with a short par putt. Hole 3, par 3, 106 meters. You have this beautifully framed hole through this initial gap in the trees. As you hit this fairway, you have a very tight encroaching OB to the right and the left, shown by those white stakes. As you enter the green, the OB sort of pans out to the right, providing some space to crash the trees, but OB long and left if you find any fade. You then have a slightly elevated basket to putt at. This is an attackable but tricky hole.
Very aesthetically pleasing hole. Great balance as well. It's got 35% birdies, 35% pars, and the rest bogey or worse. Otto going straight at it. Beautifully done. Right inside the bullseye ring.
Teemu playing a soft straight to hyzer line, and he hits it beautifully as well, controls the height and turn. He is right up there.
Yep, birdie look. One looks sawed off. He's lucky he'll be safe. Yeah, I think he got far enough up there that he didn't get to go all the way out of bounds. Ville going with a fairway driver, I believe. And maybe trying to get an ace. Coming in hot. A little deep. We did have an ace on this hole. Shout out to Tom Eric Christensen Stain.
That's right, an incredible hole to find it in on as well with the elevated basket, the confidence in that.
That must have been quite a sight. I wish there was video. I don't believe there is, but must have been quite a moment in memory for him. Big congratulations for that.
Oh, Ville with that spin putt. Right out of the bushes, nose up into the chains. Great find.
He found a little window and just hit it super clean, didn't he? Beautiful
Great
view.
comeback putt for Rasmus there.
Nice looking backdrop there with all the green lush growth. Basket perched up beautifully on this stump.
This is Teemu for birdie. Maintains a nice cushion for his sole lead position.
Slowly extending that lead.
And Otto, this is his tee shot. Really nice.
Such a great drive.
Here you see hole 4, par 3, 97 meters. A similar shape to the last hole, but significantly more uphill with tighter OBs. You have rough on the left and right, as well as an OB line if you fade or crash through them. You want to hit this gap up the hill, and as you break out into this open green, you have a very elevated basket to contend with. This is a good one to get, and really, the height is the important factor here, as well as keeping it tight down that initial tunnel.
That's right. Yeah, it's much more uphill than it looks on camera, and you really don't want to hit anything early, so you just kind of make sure you want to get clean up and try to get yourself a look up there on that nicely MDG media branded platform. Or tower, what did you call it? Almost long there with the
Tower
forehand.
feels right.
Yeah, perched up there nicely on the tower.
That was a great shape by Otto, really shaping the fairway nicely, naturally with that Anheuser forehand flex. Teemu showing us the backhand line as he looks also to have laced this. That's a beautiful shot right up there outside bullseye.
Yeah, I believe that's his MX1 overstable mid-range. And got it all the way up there nicely.
Ville playing a touch more width, but doesn't get enough turn.
Gotta get down
Begins
quick.
to fade towards OB.
Yeah, just highs it out a bit too much in the end. Coming in. Leaves him pin high, circle's edge. One's averaging 2.96, so 10th most difficult. 24% getting the birdie here.
And some solid shots. I know Ville ended OB, but these are 4 putts from within the circle. As he finds all the metal but no chains. That will be a bogey tap in for him.
Can't get
We'll
much
see how
closer.
hot Otto is here.
Yeah, not his best effort. Yeah, he actually went OB with that putt. Or no, sorry, that's Rasmus that went OB. I apologize. Otto was okay. Here's Rasmus coming back.
This is the game that the elevated basket plays. From edge of circle, if you give it enough power to be a legitimate bid, you're very often putting from a similar distance again. But Otto finds the comeback putt, saves his par.
Yeah, and look at how relieved he is. That'll really test your nerves after missing one air ball, and then Rasmus just collapsed here on hole 4. Got a birdie look. OB. Gonna end up taking a triple bogey, I believe.
That's Teemu with a birdie.
Yeah, and
A huge stroke swing there on this lead card. Rasmus to clean up, move to the next hole. He finds it. Ville also with a penalty stroke from OB left. Takes a bogey.
almost able to save the par. It was a good effort, but
We move on to hole 5. A par 4 at 172 meters, this hole demands an initial left to right placement shot. Sweet spot being about 90 meters off the tee. You don't want to go too long or too right, as you want to try and place yourself to enter this tunnel on the second shot. You have a straight about 70 meters roughly from that nice spot that you want to be, and you can slide your way up here into the green.
Yeah, the first of many beautiful par 4s on this property. Bourdon Parc, just south of Brussels in Braine-l'Alleud, Belgium. One I would definitely recommend if you ever get the chance to play.
Teemu with a nice flip-up forehand as he fights around that corner. He has gone a touch long. Even 5 or 10 meters long will completely close off that gap.
You might have
be a
just
tricky
enough
shot to the
space
basket for him.
for
Yeah,
a touch
he'll have to
hyzer
shape it.
backhand, but yeah, you want to be a little bit more lined up straight. It's such a tunnel, isn't it?
That's fantastic
prime
placement
time,
from Otto.
huh? Right there. Sweet spot. Ville, I think, is it a roller? Yep.
This shapes really nicely. It can push all the way to the mouth of the gap. Ville likely with a straddle out forehand on his way to the basket there. We'll see how much Rasmus wants to push this. You can go really high if you have a lot of power and try to get further towards the mouth. But he fades a touch early, maybe an early release, as that had significant hyzer angle, and he'll be playing from the rough.
Okay, Teemu's going to try to shape a forehand in there with the distortion. Puts everything on this. Second kick is good. He's up there on the green. Might have a look. Would be a very
Can be
impressive
pretty
birdie.
thick, but yeah, he made it a long way up there, so I think very salvageable par at worst.
Exactly. Whoa, nice tree direction there. Hit some branches, but it continues all the way down the tunnel from the looks of it.
Look at this beautiful angle of Otto's placement here. He has a direct straight look. Great tree to catch him there as he begins to skip long. He is right outside bullseye. That's going to be a great birdie look.
Played that really
Some friendly
well.
trees here on hole 5.
Yeah. Very technical shot here from Ville. He's stretched out on the knee. Resting the overstable disc of hand. Check up right inside the circle. Great execution there.
See Rasmus from even outside circle 2. I think just about 22 meters. That looked like a big putt approach. Kind of giving it a run.
Yeah, soft run. Teemu almost connects for birdie there, but tap in par. Otto
And
gets
Otto finds a stroke.
One averaging 4.17, so the 5th most difficult hole on the course today.
Ville finds the birdie as well. Yeah, great shot off the tee with the roller, showing us a good example of that line. Four fins on this lead card. Speaks to the level of the game over there. As we move on to hole 6, par 4, 165 meters. This is a pure tunnel shot the entire way. This first stretch about 3 meters wide on either side. You want to try and hit the gap between these last trees. Anywhere near this first horizontal path dividing the fairway is a really good spot to be. If you can crest this hill and get a little bit further, it's even better, as you then have this second tunnel to contend with. It has a soft bend first to the right, then back to the left, as you have a green littered with obstacles slightly uphill. You want to try and find a close placement, try to catch that elusive birdie 3. 4 is just fine.
Yeah, second most difficult hole on the course at 4.75 average. Quite a daunting tunnel. 12% getting the birdie today. That kicked hard right, and there is OB there. So not only is he in really bad position. He has to take a penalty stroke on top of it, so that's pretty much worst case scenario for Otto. Ville nice and clean through the gap. If he can beat that last one, nope. Kicked back to the middle at least.
Good spot though, for sure. He'll have flat footing. Sometimes when you get over that path, you're on a downhill slope. Can be tricky, likely forcing a standstill.
Teemu with a nice hyzer flip
flipping
there.
this one up. Yeah, it's got a good amount of glide as well. He'll be maybe slightly pinched from the main fairway. There's a secondary entrance to the green, the back door. He may take that. Oh, look at this aggressive play from Rasmus.
Oh my
Huge
goodness.
hyzer flip up with the driver. High speed gets all the way to circle 2, puring both tunnels.
Yeah, what a shot. He's going to have an eagle look from up there.
Oh, and Otto is now continuing to find trouble as he hits an immediate tree and kicks OB again. Now he can try to pitch up to the mouth of the second tunnel, but with 2 penalty strokes and not much distance, he will be scrambling to try and save a pretty big number.
Yeah, he was the only one really trying to keep up with Teemu, it seemed like, so.
Ville from a pretty good spot had a direct sight to the basket, turns it up just a touch. You really need a soft backhand flex to hit that shape perfectly. Very demanding line.
Nice forehand roller from Ville.
So you see Teemu is actually taking the traditional fairway, not opting for that left gap you saw. As he gets an Anheuser turnover forehand. That flattens out, panning out right to the basket. Really nice shape.
That was a high level shot right there. Otto
trying to match.
Yeah. It's hung up, but circle 2, look at it. Fairly open. Eagle look here from Rasmus. What a drive.
Oh, and it's just a
good.
touch low. He really wanted that. That was about a 150-meter shot. 145 straight down the tunnel.
Very narrow tunnel. To throw max speed, max distance driver. That is a very, very impressive shot from Rasmus Saukkoriipi.
And a game plan that speaks to his confidence with the forehand.
Yeah, he can do things that most people can't. He's in that very, very top level.
Otto with a chance there. He chains out left and is left with this comeback putt.
Good putt, but yeah, total meltdown on the hole. And just like that, Teemu has, he can make this putt. He's ripped open an 8-stroke lead here, just through 6 holes. Only 2 when he came in, so his closest competitors are collapsing.
And he birdied this hole, one that you might think a leader in a safe position might just play for a par, honestly, considering what it averages. But he even continues to push the aggression, finds the 3.
Yeah, he just sticks to his game plan. He wants to birdie everything. Just him against the course, really.
Here you see hole 7, what many consider to be one of the signature holes of the course. This is an 84-meter par 3 with this tight tunnel shot to contend with off the tee. You then want to break through this last tree line of Guardians and battle this very tiered, very steep green. The best shots will land on the hill, either laterally or up at the top tier. Most of them will funnel down to the bottom, where you then have a very steep uphill putt. A really beautiful hole and a very unique green.
Yeah, this one's quite special. Average 3.09. But the interesting statistic is no park jobs. How often do you see an 84-meter hole with no park jobs? That's a really perfectly designed and built obstacle on the green. Teemu gets cut
That's
up
a
by the
great
guardian
point.
trees, yeah.
Even the So this is the biggest gap on the fairway that Rasmus shapes really nicely with the forehand flex. And you can see he hits that really nicely and still at the bottom of the steps. There is the backhand hyzer flip or soft flex in the inwards right gap that has the best chance of parking it, but it is one of the smallest windows to try and hit, so the risk reward, as Ville goes for that exact gap that I mentioned, unfortunately overturns, shows a great example of the danger of playing so tight to the edge of the fairway.
Last tree to beat there. The nice thing is you can get aggressive on this one because it's such a backstop and it doesn't tend to roll back down with all the terraces. Ville ended up in a pretty tough spot, but he had shoots a nice scramble shot. There you see him, quite relieved. Likes that. Down fairly close to the basket. Only 13% of the field getting the birdie here on final day, so very difficult shot.
Which is interesting. As you mentioned, no one's really parking it, and given that you can run pretty much every approach shot, very small birdie percentage. I think if you get one birdie out of the 3 rounds here, you're walking away pretty happy with this hole.
Yeah, there was one person who parked it for the entire tournament. That was Teemu Talikainen on day 1.
As these birdie looks fall just shy of chains. You have some par putts coming now.
We did see Mäkinen give it a good ace run, and he almost stuck inside the bullseye there, but it kind of caught edge and rolled down the stairs a little bit. I think that was on the feature card day 1. If you haven't seen that, go back and check it out. And
yeah, check out how this story developed to get where we are here. Final round. Hole 8, an 80-meter par 3 that is softly downhill the entire way. Although it looks like a tight tunnel shot, this fairway is one of the more forgiving in the woods. You want to throw a straight putter that hits the floor about 10 meters shy of the basket and slides on up. The left and right rough are not really finding OB, but the rough on the right is less forgiving than the one on the left, so straight to hyzer angle is what you're looking for.
yep, third easiest one on the course, 2.73 average. One you really want to birdie, but only 40% able to actually get it. And we'll throw an archer, I believe. Oh! That almost kicked in for a tree ace. That was a little bit inside at the end, but got some tree love, and he's right there by the basket. Rasmus in the circle. Yep.
Yeah, nice example of the forehand line. It really is more of a straight shot than anything, although it may look like a straight to left shot. Ville gets a nice position up there in the circle as well.
Otto with a nice line here. 3 breaks, inside circle.
We see Rasmus putting now.
Circle's edge.
Finding the band again. As the holes run out, he's still battling and contending for podium positions, if not catching Teemu. As another putt, unable to settle. Good comeback putt. And another birdie for our leader. Sitting at 24 under now. He is stepping on the gas, pulling ahead. Ville comes with him.
Teemu's 5 down through 8. Got 9-stroke lead right now. I mean, he's pulling away.
Here you see hole 9, par 4, 183 meters. This is one of the hardest birdies to get on the course. You want to shape a shot here that goes straight and then to the right, hitting all of these gaps. The best shots will land right about here. As you get to this small opening, the path then swaps directions and begins to bend to the left. Trying to crest over this soft hill in between all these trees, you have a final tunnel to contend with that goes downhill towards the basket with a very fast green. A 4 is what you want here. Very rare to get a 3. Very tricky hole. Another one that you just want to survive.
Yeah, the most difficult hole on the course. Very difficult par 4, averaging at 4.92, almost a full stroke. And this is a lot of the best players in Europe, so it's challenging them. You know it's tough. Teemu just beats that lamppost.
Teemu shaping.
Yeah. Good
Yeah,
one.
great skip there with the driver play. That's in that sweet spot. Ville now. Taking the same gap on Heiser. But kicks left. He will be pinched. Likely pitching up to the mouth of the tunnel from there.
Wide forehand, knocked down by some overhanging branches from Rasmus, and that just squares up the light pole. And he ended up in a bad spot from it, too. Pretty good
It's
scramble.
always a possibility. That lamppost is in a really frustrating spot, honestly. It's right where you want to hit the gap.
It's true. It's true.
Rasmus getting aggressive, trying to shape the long turnover forehand, and he does just that. That is a jump putt down to the basket. He just got huge distance up the fairway.
Looks like pretty good position. Interesting stat about this hole. 63% of the field here taking bogey or worse. That's on the final day in good conditions. Beast of a hole. We did have one birdie on the day coming into this. Leo Bonamy got it done from circle 2, 12-meter putt. That must be a great feeling. French player.
Teemu there had a picture-perfect drive, still unable to find the line on the second shot. Another example of just how protected this entrance to the final tunnel is. Teemu now going to try to hit it.
Forehand distortion. Puts a good move on it and slides it right up to the basket. Fantastic.
Some great touch there. You normally see a much bigger slide from discs coming in, that height and speed, but just a perfect touch from Teemu. As Ville, also a gift there for him, sitting it down nicely off the tree.
Very casual looking forehand from Otto there. Ain't high. Settles up on the circle's edge. Might be some trees in the way. There you are with the jump putt from Rasmus, just putting it right up by the basket for a tap-in par. Fantastic.
Otto from just within the circle. Chains out on the left side. Ville finds the heart, saving his bogey. And many would agree that 4 feels like a birdie on hole 9. I believe it averaged over 5 most days, if not all of them.
Yeah, 4.92 on the final day, but over 5 on the first day at least. Very close to 5 on the other 2 days. So
Definitely a pro level par 4.
yeah, and that can wreck you around if you're not careful.
As we take a look at our standings here, top 10, your leader Teemu Talikainen, sitting at 14 under, has a 10-stroke lead over Ville and Rasmus, tied in second. Mauri, Silver, Mikael, Otto all tied in fourth. It is a tight battle with 9 holes left to go, where we will find out who finds those podium positions. Thank you for joining us. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Andrew, it was a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. Thanks so much. Come on back for the back 9 and exciting conclusion of the second stop on the European Pro Tour.